The moment Russell Wilson was traded, Seahawks fans probably did not think that this day would be coming anytime soon, yet here we are in the Super Bowl against the Miami Dolphins, who are an 89 overall team. The ironic part, the crazy part is the Miami Dolphins quarterback is Russell Wilson. So not only would this be on top sweeter, but if we lose, he wins another Super Bowl without us. Of course, let's take a look at the players of the week, because there could have been some XP I didn't actually see. Brooks with a really good game. 14 tackles, 1 sack, 2 forced fumbles, and a fumble recovery. I'm going to be honest with you, I wasn't that familiar with your game. I actually didn't know you had that good of a game for us. Of course, the NFC in general must have been really bad. I know he had 2 rushing touchdowns and a passing touchdown, but he fumbled once and had 2 interceptions against us, and Dak still had himself player of the week, which is, I mean, you lost the game, you kind of lost. But let's go to our media day thing first. We don't usually get too many of these media situations, so it's good to see us in that situation. Every coach's dream is to hoist the Lombardi Trophy as confetti rains down, and you have a chance to do that for the first time this week. It's just the beginning. We've talked about this. I'm not saying we're looking past this game and we already see ourselves as Super Bowl champions, but I mean, one ring isn't going to cut it. It won't. It's just we're winning multiple rings. I don't care. And then when we lose this game, it's like, okay, let's change the tune. We'll take one. It'll mean everything. So I mentioned it a few times over the last couple episodes, but no matter what happens here, we are going to have another season. And if you guys have enjoyed this season and you're excited for another one, hoping for a Super Bowl win, maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new, if you're not new. Really appreciate your continued support on the channel, specifically this series. And let's go see if we can win a Super Bowl. Of course, looking at the team, Greer has an upgrade point. Oh, I forgot, this is DevUp season. Fant is a superstar development trait tight end. Of course, I have regressions off as well, so it's going to be a little bit challenging for me to try to remember who had what dev. O-line, nobody had, normal. No one had superstar. So that's all the same. Moore didn't go up. What was his stats on the season, actually? Obviously, Patterson didn't go up either, but he had a pretty good season, right? 905, which at least he got some touchdowns this year. And then Patterson, he got over 1,000, right? And he just didn't get enough for superstar. Yeah, I mean, that's a good season. Not quite superstar, apparently, but it's a good season. And then defensively, Devs. Davenport is still a superstar. How is that possible? Red, of course, is now a superstar himself. What is his ability? Not that it really matters too much early on, because, yeah, his only option is unfakeable. So, well, that's pretty stupid. Of all the people to lose their dev, it is actually Ed Oliver who drops down a star, which, as much as he doesn't play, his statistical season was 10.5 sacks, so maybe a little bit of regret here in this this situation we find ourselves in. Wait, Brooks went down in dev. Oh my god, why the hell did I do this? I wanted some variety, but like, how did he drop in dev? He's one of the league's best. Oh my god, I'm gonna actually have to fix that dev for sure. Man, why did I do what I did? I mean, I thought there was a chance that Brooks would have actually went to X Factor. Of course, speaking of X Factors, Nwosu off the edge, X Factor. Mafe on the other edge, X Factor. Quandre Diggs, X Factor. Tons of DevOps for our players. It really does kind of show you that, we are a really, really good team, in fairness. But of all the players that lose their dev, of course, it'd be Ed Oliver. I thought that's not Davenport. I forgot Davenport's injured. I thought it was going to be Davenport that would have lost his dev, but I suppose at his age, he probably physically can't, because they usually give him like 2 seasons before we start yelling at people for not performing up to standard. But yeah, let's take a look at his season. 1.5. He should have went down in dev. He should have went down. I'm going to fix it, I think. I probably should have just turned off dev regression and just dropped devs based on their performance, but we're going to put Ed Oliver at superstar, and we're going to drop Davenport to star. Let's just do it that way. Operation turn on dev regression. Not a success, believe it or not. Not a success. But this is why you pretty much have to change your abilities, because, I mean, 76 juke move's not necessarily bad, per se, but it's not good. It's definitely not good. I would say bulldozer, but he's actually worse than I thought at that kind of stuff. I'm trying to think of what we do with... I would say a short and elite, which is busted in fairness. So I kind of want to put something like not as busted at this. Or, yeah, you know what I mean? Like, balance beam, persistent. What is tight end apprentice? I mean, he is that in fairness, so we just put tight end apprentice. Let's put tank on him. Tank and short and elite. We'll have to do some respins for that position as well. I think for Mafe, Fearmonger makes a lot of sense because he usually doesn't get to the quarterback. I know he got to the quarterback decent bit, but as far as like, you know, him getting his sacks, it was more coverage based rather than him just beating players. And then for Nwosu, he was an actual unstoppable force. So I think that's pretty fair. Let's get on to the actual rosters now. Of course, we still have Ed Money and Quentin Davenport out, which definitely sucks, but it is what it is. Dolphins are completely healthy. Of course they are. And for that Dolphins roster, Russell Wilson looking very good. Obviously looking very good here, which is not a good sight. Everything is in the 90s plus. He's a pretty good release in the game, I believe, and gunslinger. Of course, the running backs, Cam Akers and Kareem Hunt, which is just insane. Wide receivers, Tyreek Hill and Waddle, which is crazy. Wilson and Cadet. Wait, what the hell are they doing here? Why isn't Cadet... I mean, I'm not going to say anything. Don't tell them anything. Deshaun Austin, 6'6", 86 speed, 92 excel tight end. Very good catching, solid route running, which is busted. Superstar dev, Terran Armstead. Okay left guard, center's decent. Right guard's decent. Right tackles. They got a good offensive line, actually. Ogba's solid. Wilkins is decent. Ioannidis is definitely probably someone they need to replace. Logan, what the hell's going on here? He looks pretty solid, actually, but kind of the wrong scheme, no? Is this not the wrong scheme? Channing Tindall and Baker, some speed there, and then Phillips. It's not the wrong scheme. What am I even thinking about? But Phillips, very good stuff. Howard and Byron Jones. They got really good corners, too. Great safety. Delpit's decent. This is a very solid-looking team. I honestly don't even know what to focus on because they have two really good running backs, which apparently they seem to want to run the ball, but they got speed. I'm going to go medium. Medium pass defense, and then their defense looks really good. We kind of got here throwing the ball well, so I'm gonna do that. We run the ball well throughout every season, but this season specifically, the pass game has definitely been a bit more on point than anything. But yeah, we should have a ton of upgrades, as you can see here. Some really big ones, especially for guys like Tariq Woolen, who have 2 upgrade points. I guess we'll go zone coverage. He's already almost maxed in man anyways. What do we get? +1. Well, let's go back to slot then, because we only got a +1 to zone coverage. This usually get a +1 anyways. And you do, 3 to press, 2 to man cover. He's insanity. He is the full definition of insane. Like, that is crazy. Noah Fant about to get to 90 overall. We probably should have went possession, but vertical threat is just too tempting not to. And yeah, that's a bit of an iffy upgrade. With Quandre Diggs, his zone coverage is already pretty good, so I kind of want to go hybrid to give him a better chance to get a speed upgrade, because that's really what he's lacking in. And we do not see that, but he still gets +2 to zone, 1 to man. That's a really good upgrade. That's busted. Gonna go speed rusher for Nwosu. He's already at 90 plus finesse, and his block shed kind of sucks, but at this, okay, he does drop into coverage every once in a while, but at this point, it's kind of like trying to keep his pass rush ability elite, because his upgrade points aren't going to be that great anyways going forward. Red, what is his finesse? 86. Let's try to get that to 90 before we work on block shedding. Now an 80 overall flat. 2 to pursuit. Do they think he's a linebacker? What's going on here? And his second ability won't go on. What do I want for this? Speedster? I think Speedster's fair. He is kind of like one of the best pass rushers in the league at finesse moves. Greer, medium accuracy is what we're missing. So I'm going to go field general, see what we get on this upgrade. 3 upgrade points. That's pretty good. We needed medium accuracy. We got it. And Xavier Moore is the last player before we head in to play the Super Bowl. Short route running and release is his biggest issue. Deep threat is just in general the best. I'm going to go for it. Try to get him more release through deep threat. which he kind of does get. 2 to medium, 1 to release, 2 to catch in traffic, 1 to catch. That's a pretty good upgrade point regardless. So for the superstar and X-Factor players in this one, Tyreek Hill has Rack 'em Up, Short Out Elite, Grab and Go. Jalen Waddle with Ankle Breaker, Jukebox, and Grab and Go. Not the greatest abilities. Short Out Elite's pretty decent, but not the craziest abilities. I know they're pretty fast when they get them. Russell Wilson with Gunslinger, Dashing Deadeye, Gutsy Scrambler, Inside Deadeye, and Long Range Deadeye with Blitz Radar, which is pretty solid. Secure Protector and Edge Protector. Sorry, Mafe, but your day is already done. Xavier Howard with Pick Artist and Acrobat, which is tough. Byron Jones, Pick Artist, and Strip Spec. Who cares? Cadet is a superstar, and they aren't starting him. Focus Kicker for the punter. But yeah, you can definitely see we have the nod on Superstar Plus players. An unbelievable amount. Here it is for all the marbles. Where are we actually playing is the wonder that I have, as I have no indicator. They might have actually showed and I just didn't pay attention. Could it actually be a Miami Super Bowl? Because they obviously have a pretty nice stadium and some accommodations for people needing hotels and such. Where the hell? AT&T Stadium. Okay, fair enough. It is, I mean, a lot of people are probably happy. Okay, a lot of people are probably happy that we did not let Dallas into this one. And, I mean, could somebody just move the Gatorade, please? Like, do we really have to worry about falling and, you know, knocking everything down? Like, multi-billion-dollar corporation here, please. Like, let's not have a hurdle every time. Commentators are me. It's not them, it's me. It's all me. It's always been me. Of course, coming out here for the coin toss. I mean, I don't know what that is. Like, what's the coin say? Like, what does the coin say? Does anyone know? Does anyone still know? It looks like he pointed to us. Do we get the choice? I don't know. But Greer trying to pump his guys up. Same with Russell Wilson. They get the ball first. That cadet superstar speedster averaging 25.1 yards per return. And then Myers, apparently not kicking the ball off this season. Interesting. To be fair, it actually isn't Myers that kicks it off. Don't we usually have Dixon kicking off? Did he get injured? Yeah, I was about to say, what? Okay, showed the wrong player's stats, but it is what it is. We got the right guys out there, and the Super Bowl is underway. As Cadet, what appears to be fast, dangerous return man will not get a chance. But you know who will? Russell Wilson. What is the chance? Like, what are the actual odds that he's a Miami Dolphin and that is who we're playing against for a Super Bowl for the Seahawks? Of course, we did play them in Week 1. It did not go super well. We lost 26-32, I believe, and it was a very close game. But, I mean, who knows what's going to happen this time? It's a vastly improved squad for us. Also, seemingly an improved squad for them. I mean, their team looks really good. Probably the toughest team we're going to have to face all year. Ironically, the last team we have to face, as Akers is going to kind of push Alexander down for a gain of about 3 on the play. Going run heavy in this one, like it said they would. Oops, let's not do that. Let's get up in here real quick. And Brooks trying to get out there. Can't really do so. Akers slipping off the tackle, gaining about 6. Now giving them a lot of options here on 3rd and 1. Adams going to try to get over there a little bit because you got to get in front of these fast wide receivers. Otherwise, they get down on you quick. And they're going to run it again. And Akers. That was an impressive play. I know it's only 1 yard. And there goes Puna Ford on the ground. I know it's only 1 yard, but there was like 4 guys on him. And he needed an extra yard. How did he even get that? I thought we had him inside Oliver. Of course, he's back at Superstar, and, you know, we have Red at Superstar now, and there goes Cadet. We talked about a nice move to slip the tackle of Sidney Jones, gaining 21 yards on the first play. Of course, it doesn't really seemingly matter, but, you know, it kind of matters a little bit that it counts as a pass, right? It's just like, it helps the quarterback feel more confident. You know, you think it doesn't matter because it's a Super Bowl, but it does, and they're going to run it again because why not? As Diggs is going to get a tackle, but not until the man gains 9. So far coming out smart, and just what they probably dialed up is, of course, a run. Nope, it's going to be a run. Okay, I thought it was going to be a pass. In a run situation, get him, Diggs. Nice hit. Another first down, though, and the worst possible thing that could have happened to us is Cedric Wilson being injured, because now Cadet is the number 3 wide receiver. Now they have all the speed in the world. Their 3 wide receivers have 96 plus. And Marshall going to get a chance. That works, though. Thank God Adams caught it, because Woolen, who's the pickmeister, drops it. How does Woolen drop it? Adams, the guy that we obviously all think about for hands, intercepts the ball. Russell Wilson hit as he's throwing. I don't know if he would have had Tyreek or not, but thankfully we don't have to figure it out. Adams not messing around. How does Woolen drop that? And here it is. Greer in his rookie year. A Super Bowl quarterback. Can he win it? First play, looking at a touch pass from Metcalf, and they kind of don't seem necessarily ready for it. Let's get our blocks going, and that is a really good set of blocks. Well, really good maneuvering with Metcalf, but the blocks were just good enough to gain some yards on it. And what do we want to do here? I think we'll run it and see what we have for ourselves. Nice block shed, but Kenneth's a guy that you have to really get on quick. Otherwise, he'll turn that tiny little lane into a massive gainer. And if we can run a dive, that would be great. I do not like some zone running in this situation. And there goes Kenneth. There goes Kenneth getting a block. Jalen Phillips taking him down to the 39. First down for Walker. I mean, they're shedding. They're getting some movement, but they're just not getting in there quick enough. And this play, I mean, I'm all about, mixing it up a little bit. I just don't think that's it. Oh, they're in some pretty good coverage. And there goes Metcalf, being the only guy kind of open on that play, getting us about 6. Really good job by Greer to extend that play enough to get that ball out. Kenneth Walker on the inside handoff. Outside, not really going to gain much. Gains about 2, 3rd and 2 now. Got to say, it's looking a bit tighter. It's, they're looking pretty good. It's obviously a really elite team. And I did not see that guy coming up, but he does catch it, making it a 4th and inches situation. Do you put Tanner in and call the run? Metcalf looks pretty open too, but any of those players could drop off. We're going to run it. We're going to run it. Tanner up the middle, cutting it back right, gets plenty of yardage. And that 4th and inches was a good decision because obviously we got it. It's that whole weird situation of, you don't get it, looks kind of dumb. You do get it, pretty smart. Moore looks so good here. He is. Perfect throw. Kind of leads him a little too out. Didn't sprint at all. Couldn't turn up and field that in time. It was, a little outstretched, I will say. Maybe throw it a little bit less so your guy doesn't have to reach completely out when all we care about is the possession. We're not in it to score a touchdown every single play. We just want to get down the field, right? As Elton's not going to catch him, but a nice stiff arm from Kenneth, who looks insane already, gaining about 9 on the ground. Both teams running the ball well. Hopefully the difference, though, in the drives that we don't throw a turnover, right here. So we're going to try to keep our word on that. 2nd and 1, run play, and Kenneth Walker, once again, not getting crazy blocks on that play. Turning something into it, though. More to the end zone, maybe. Inside zone looks decent here, too, though. And we're going to throw that a little late to Kenneth, who actually catches it pretty nicely. Gains about 5. Inside handoff. Man, I actually really don't like this play at all. And we're still going to hike it, though. Oh, that's a nice move, gaining about 2. 3rd and 2 now on the play. Really focused up, I ain't going to lie. Don't really trust Metcalf to beat. I don't even know who that is. Probably Byron Jones. Greer trying to run. Gets the touchdown out the middle, and we're on the board. Very, very good defense by them, though. One of the toughest drives we had to kind of orchestrate this season, which I don't know how that bodes for the game. Obviously, our defense was kind of getting gashed, but we did what we always do, which is take the ball away right before they have a chance to score, and then we do what we do on the other side is make the most of it and score a touchdown ourselves. All I can tell you for certain, though, is it's good to be up. It's good to have a lead. As they're going to throw this ball, and nice throw, actually, considering Russell Wilson. Really, it seemed like he wanted to get that ball out a lot sooner, but we actually made a really good instinctive play with the linebacker to kind of come over to help on Tyreek, and that's our fault. But Brooks, not going to be there quick enough. Might be the play that leads us to the second half, or the second quarter anyways, which this game has kind of gone by fast. Both teams running the ball getting the ball out quickly, and speaking of, huge hit by Alexander, gains 7, Kind of sucks Alexander didn't go up in Dev, but so many other great players around him with Dev. They can take care of that. Of course, looking at the stats, very similar. The only difference is, once again, they turn the ball over after a long drive, which those are the types of things that make all the difference, believe it or not. Scoring, kind of necessary for winning. Oh, Lord. Let's try to get in there with Nwosu because we're going to need it. And they go to quick throw. Nice punch out. Holy crap. That was so late. I thought it was a fumble. I don't even know if I've ever seen that. So he catches it, turns up, and then it just gets punched. That was about as close to a fumble as I could ever see. The only thing is you can't really challenge it because they blew it dead so fast, no one had a chance to recover it. So what would we even be challenging? And wow, there it is. Oh, Lord. Wilson's back. Okay, maybe I can see why they start him. He just smoked us off the line, slipped off a tackle, and has them 30 yards down the field on a very clutch 3rd and 3 situation conversion. Nice play there. That is unfortunate for us. I really thought we were going to get off the field after that punch. It almost seemed like it was destiny, but instead here it is very much so alive this drive, and Nwosu off the edge can't do it, and man, Russell's feeling it. Waddle, one-on-one, Woolen. I mean, that's a tough matchup for anyone. If there's anyone that could cover either Tyreek or Waddle, it's Woolen. So if he starts struggling, what can I do? You know, I just gotta keep rolling with the punches. And Oliver getting double teamed hard, and Russell Wilson a little bit of running room. He's still a pretty fast guy, gaining 9 yards. Really bad situation we find ourselves in is, I mean, it looks like a run. 2nd and 1, I would run it. It's a blitz, and they're actually short. No, they're going to give them credit. I mean, there's some pros, there's some cons there. I don't know what to think. I mean, they've converted on 3rd and longer than that, so I guess for the stands chance, not bad. Over the middle, the tight end, man. These quick throws are killing us. Gain 6, down to the 1. I think you have to run commit. Come on, Brooks. Come on, Brooks. Oh, it's a play action. Doesn't matter. It's a sack from Nwosu. Was the corner ball actually covered? There was nothing covered, but play action from your own 1, or from the 1, never a good thing. Of course, Diggs did get out there, so you never really know what's going to happen. Kind of sends impressed man. I mean, I want someone over top. Mafe, great. And Kalen Barnes should have picked that off. He should have absolutely picked that off. Russell maybe feeling himself too much on that one. Trying to get the block. Trey Brown. I didn't even know he was one of the guys on this play. Field goal will be up and good, but as much as the defense is kind of getting cooked, the score situation, you got to be proud of them. Now it is Caldwell's time to make his mark. You never know. There's always one of those kick returners that just has themselves a game in the Super Bowl every so often. That's a good try. He got leveled, though. Could Jacoby Jones style, maybe, but not on that return, as we're going to start this drive at the 23-yard line. That safety looks like he's going to cover it. This is not a great run play, but Kenneth will turn it into about 4. Running the ball to the right. The guy's getting over late, kind of. Oh, we did not get a block on that. We had 2 blockers there. They just both missed. You can maybe argue we're being a little conservative, but the run game was working. Hopefully we get some time to throw on this. Fant. It's pretty open. He drops it. We went possession and everything, and he dropped it. That is a massive drop, and we're going to, for the first time in what seems like a while, have to punt it early in the game. Doesn't really feel like we punt often. It's either a turnover or a score. Instead, it's going to be a punt at the 28-yard line. 5:37 in the second. We do get ball at half, I believe, so it's not the worst situation, even if they were to score with a walk-off. So looking at the worst-case situation scenarios, we still find ourselves in a pretty good one early on. And Oliver not going to get there in time. Really good find. Quick to Waddle. Gain 6. Not really blitzing much because we see what we see, which is Russell Wilson getting the ball out very quickly. Oh, Lord. This is going to be tough. We're going to have to chip the tight end and then pay attention to that outside. I knew he was going to go short, and it's not the player I thought he was going to go to. I was looking at our side, and they had kind of like a smoke screen kind of route there, and Russell Wilson delivering. It's a pretty good one so far. Score's low, but the efficiency's high. And Nwosu, there goes some pressure. And even though we talked a little bit of crap about Mafe, he contained the edge well. And as soon as Russell Wilson took off, he took that. Of course, that's kind of where he was winning the matchup anyways. So it helps that, he kind of was already there for him, but not a bad play. And a quick throw to the outside. That is a drive-killing throw, as they're going to gain like 2.5, 3. All right, dropping into a little bit of coverage here. Kind of leaving the running back open. Is he going to take him? Take the running back. I mean, you get that much time, and you can find that guy wide open. Wilson to the 15. Nobody was getting in. Right, hear me out. I get it. We dropped into some coverage, but, didn't drop that hard. Come on. And there goes Cam Akers. Kind of going the wrong way, losing 2. Well, very common sighting. Miami in a good spot in our side of the field from the 17-yard line. That's a good route, but we did really well in the coverage. Huge hit over the middle. It's not often you're going to see a clean shot from a linebacker on a guy like Waddle or Tyreek Hill. Pretty impressive stuff. And timeout, of course, not the worst timeout for 2-minute warning, because we had a couple of our backups in there, and they're not very good at pass rushing in there. Now, of course, the starters back in on a very big 3rd and 6. Kind of covering the middle of the field, and that will be another coverage sack. Nwosu with his 2nd of the day. I don't know what the hell that celebration is, but I can live with it since he is having himself a good one. Of course, not necessarily a good pass rush play there, but once again, containing the edge. Russell Wilson maybe had a chance to run, and here comes field goal number 2. Of course, I let the clock go. I completely forgot that was a sack. I was expecting to be a throwaway or a throw as he's being hit like he did the first play, but it is what it is. We have all 3 timeouts to work with. It's just as good. Miami struggling a little bit to get on the board for touchdowns, but we will take it, as we did not have the greatest drive ourselves last drive. Caldwell on the return, turning it into something, but not really a whole lot going there. Halfback wheel. I like Metcalf, but yeah, pretty much hit the ball right at the 40, which is not an easy throw. And we're trying to run. Can't get it out in time. I was trying to hit Patterson, but we just didn't have enough time for it. It does kind of suck. It felt like we would have had Metcalf if we had the time, but we just kind of didn't. Metcalf on the comeback, speaking of. We got to take that chance. Perfect throw, and we will use a timeout now to the 46-yard line. Coverage was actually okay, all things considered, for them. Just an even better throw and route. Phantom in a streak, because I don't think anyone's going to be able to drop back in time on him. And even if they could, they didn't really drop back, and Fant holds on. That time to a rack catch, whereas he dropped a possessioner a little earlier. Metcalf dragging things out. Might be a throw to Fant. I'd rather just have a straight-up block from Walker. Oh, is he open? Hit as we're throwing, Metcalf, please. That's okay. That's an okay drop. That's a great play by him to react to it, though, and have a chance to get up there, and he saved one. I mean, I released it right about here. How are we not getting that off? Of course, Walker, awful job on the block, and of course, it's a wounded duck, similar to Wilson. Only difference is this one's a little more catchable. Unbelievably close. And I don't know if Metcalf got hurt, but he is not in on this play. Patterson, oh, Lord. Greer trying to get out of there, can't, and well, I think that's going to be the play that gets us the field goal. Completely forgot we couldn't take a sack or anything like that, and it is what it is. We'll get a field goal on the board. Little bit of a bad decision on that one, but at the same time, don't want to get too crazy and force something, so whatever gets you points in a situation where you were unlikely to score a touchdown is completely fine. 10-6 into halftime. We can live with it. We can absolutely live with it, and once again, we get the ball at half, so it's fine. Looking at the numbers, they have a little bit more offensive snaps, a little bit more yards, but we have a little bit more points. So, a very evenly matched game. We maybe need to get a couple more first downs than we'd like to, admit, and then obviously we will get that with this extra drive that we're about to have. And it's been a close, good one so far. Obviously, Russell Wilson's been delivering some pretty good passes. We've been getting a little bit of pressure on him. The coverage has been pretty good for the most part, and offensively, we need to get open a little bit more faster, maybe some more throws in the middle of the field. And with the way they're stacking the box, I really think you're going to have to win this game throwing, so that's what we're going to do. And then I still think defending short to medium, but medium a little bit more than short is, I think we're a pretty good short team in general, and it's those medium to long plays that are actually killing us. Caldwell starting off the half. Wow, really bad block by Riggs, who's whole job pretty much for us is block. So a little bit of an L on that one. Halfback dive, a very easy play to kind of run your defense against. And that is Fant. Of course, Metcalf running all the way down the field, dragging his corner miles away, gaining nearly 30 on the first play, probably 25 to be a little bit more precise. They're defending the run pretty well so far, so I don't know if I want to go to that. And on the run, I mean, he has a chance, but Greer also gains about 6 on the ground, so we're going to keep it there. We're dialed in, but so is their defense, man. They're looking pretty good. 2nd and 5, Patterson maybe. And there goes Fant. Perfect throw, leads him out in front. Really good tackle by Baker, but an 11-yard gain. Greer 9 for 11, 124 yards. On par for a 250-pluser, it seems. Hopefully we can get on the board with the pass game, though, which would be really nice. 1st and 10, we're going to try to let Kenneth do his job, and pretty good run defense there as we're only going to gain a yard. Dagger, of course, they have a little bit better of a cornerback on Metcalf now. Let's see if he can even get open. And there goes Fant again, man. They got a really fast linebacker in Baker, but Fant is winning that matchup hard right now. 1st down, short side of the field. I don't really like that whip back inside from Metcalf, or not Metcalf, Walker, but I do like the lineup for Walker here, so I'm going to run the ball, and wow, nobody picked up Baker. Elton Jenkins just let him go right through. I don't know how the hell he did that, but he did. He did at a very professional level as well. And Fant, that's not easy. Holds on, making up for that drop earlier on Delpit here to the 13. 1st down again. This would be a massive drive if we can get a touchdown on the board. Play action. This is, I mean, I like this actually. This is tough. Oh, we're not going to get it off. Could be grounding. We got it back into the middle, but we did throw it over to, Walker and Metcalf, or Fant actually. Good freaking edge containment there. We couldn't even get out for that throw. And if this is a blitz, they might over-pursue. Oh, my. Baker. All over that. Could have been a pick 6. I mean, the run looks kind of open, but it really hasn't been all day. So we're going to run this. Tough reads. And we're sacked. I mean, there's nobody open. Here's a sack and a field goal. I think importing the sliders from the main screen has absolutely worked. But here we are, still up 7. Very interesting Super Bowl. Not seeing touchdowns, but seeing some very, precision passing and tough decision-making kind of situations, which still makes for a pretty good game. And as long as it's not a slop fest, it's really all you can ask for. Oliver not going to make it, and the blocks are great on that. Of course, we were in a dime look. A lot of smaller bodies in there. Don't get me wrong. We know that they've been trying to run the ball a decent bit, but they've kind of, in the second quarter, went to more passing looks. And, I mean, we'll take that. Sidney Jones getting a hand in there a little late, but they started going to the pass look more, and, that's kind of what we're defending. Let's get Woolen a little bit more inside, and they run it. Should be in an okay spot, and we're in some really good coverage, except for the tight end. Slips off the tackle, Diggs one-on-one against a huge man. Does the smart thing, pushes him out of bounds. Very good throw by Wilson. I thought it was locked. Just when you think you have it all covered perfectly, and I didn't even notice it was in Wosu locked in man with him, which he did all right, but got beat just enough. And I mean, the worst part is we ran with him there, still misses the tackle. We didn't go for the swat or a pick or anything. We ran him, and he still misses it. It's brutal. Oliver, and really with Woolen and his hand in there, still doesn't get it out. 2nd and 1 from the 2. Alexander against Tyreek Hill, huh? Well, this is going to be a user from us. You can't really cover, and we did pretty well there. Missed tackle by Brooks, but it's okay. Nice little ankle snip there from the safety, the backup safety. Really big play for us, 3rd and 6. I know the linebacker just beat us, but you pretty much have to assume that left side is where they're going to go. Alexander in a really good spot. And we dropped the ball. We dropped the damn ball. I know corners drop it a lot, but Russell Wilson just gave us a freebie, and with the speed of Barnes, you just never know. They're going to get the field goal, but a dropped interception is brutal. 13-9. This has been a crazy battle. Caldwell on the return, has Ahmed running very fast up there, and gets a little bit of blocks for once, gets us near the 30. With the dagger look, Metcalf in the slot pretty much. I mean, you have Metcalf, it's just that's a tough throw. You know, it's first down and 10. You don't want to just force it in there because you see the read. It's about what can you hit, what's the smartest play, and how much do you need. You know, we don't need to get down the field on one play. We get 9 with Fant. You know, we run the ball on the second play with Metcalf. Finally gets him, or not Metcalf, with Walker. Finally gets some decent blocks, and we get the first down. And, you know, you don't take that short route, and you take the deep one, and maybe it's a pick. Who knows? But thankfully, we don't have to find out. 1st and 10 is a lot of players over here. I just felt good about Walker's speed and loses a yard. Level switch. I mean, they're pressing on Metcalf. Obviously, he's a very good corner, but it's still Metcalf after all. That's pretty covered. And that's a really good route for Fant. There was a guy in his face. His face being, obviously, Greer. Couldn't get the ball out, which is so harsh. I think I'm predetermining this to Fant every day of the week, and that is a perfect throw, perfect route between two guys that have just been doing it at a high level all year long. Baker, he could be the loss for this team. He could be the reason why this team loses the Super Bowl. He has been absolutely abused in this one. Block that up. Oh, I tried to set the feet, and it didn't give it to us. And if we would have stopped fully on that, who knows what happens. There was a guy on it, but that's rough. I'm going to throw the ball again. And there goes more. That could be a touchdown. Why is that so far? But who cares as it's caught. He gets underneath it and scores. Finally, a touchdown here in the pass game in general. Have we even had a touchdown? What was our score? I don't even remember. It just feels like it's been field goal for everyone. Absolute dot. Once again, Moore is like, please, I get I'm fast, but we don't need to show the world every single play. Just give me a catchable ball, an easier one. Either way, it works, and we score a touchdown. 20-9, of course. I seen a running back, I thought. And I was thinking they were going to run it. Not true. Over the middle. Going to drop back deep, and that is great defense across the board. I mean, such an instinctive play by us. I mean, that route would have gotten open behind if we didn't go there. I saw Brooks was on it, and Brooks did a really good job on the underneath, so afforded us that chance. And I did not expect a run. I was expecting, okay, Russell still got this one, right? Good decision, though. 3rd and 4 now. Very manageable from both sides. Nwosu, can he go for number 3? Can he go for number 3? He gets the pressure. Sack! On the ground is Russell Wilson entering the 4th, down 11. They're going to have to punt. Defense waking up. That play action, man, it takes them so long to develop, and you just don't know if you're going to have a free rusher from us or not. Maybe not free, but you know what I mean. As Caldwell's going to turn this into a huge return. Tries to go for the whole thing and gets us past midfield on the return. Now you don't really care what their defense looks like. You run this damn ball. You get the clock moving, and you just hope you can do what you can to get a field goal. And pretty good defense by them, considering we did get a little bit of a lane. Gains 4 to send us to the 4th. Once again, up 2 possessions. If all is right, we could win the game on this drive. Looking at the numbers, very similar, but the score, that's the difference. 2nd and 6, that inside zone. Baker gonna need to make a play for them here. And kind of does, but not quite enough. Walker fighting everyone on the field. Gains 8, first down. Touch pass, Metcalf. He's obviously a big guy. I don't really worry too much about him fumbling or anything like that, but let's see what we got for a potential score. And try to cut it out. Couldn't really get it. Gains about 1 or 2. Didn't really get the initial blocks we needed. Had to go out further than we wanted to. And I really do like the pass here, but they are on the outside. So let's just do the smart thing. Get that clock moving. And sadly, Pierre, I know it's a tough job. Couldn't get out there in front. And we'd had an easy first down there. Quick throw to the outside to Metcalf. That's a tough read. But not when he's that open. Throws a little out there, but Metcalf gets it. First down. The clock will continue to drain with our possession on top of it. Touchdown at this point, I would say, wins you the game. Got 5 players down here, and there's some room. Oh, really good shed, though. Maybe sprinted a little early on that one. 7 minutes left. That clock is going, and nice little run. Gains about 1 or 2. Nothing insane. And as much as I don't want to, like, choke the drive away, a touchdown wins you the game. I feel like you got to look at that. And that's a tough one. It's a little overthrown. Too much. On the other side, you probably have Fant, but Moore is open at that moment. We took it, and, I mean, they get the stop. And Myers misses a 33-yard field goal. It happens. It absolutely happens. But I just didn't think it would happen from Myers. I'm just going to be honest with you. If they're going to run the ball, I mean, whether we hit that field goal or not, I don't think if you're them, you can afford to run the ball. So I'm not really sure what that decision is. Let's run the blitz. We really haven't run many blitzes, which is why I feel like this is the perfect time to run one. Who would expect us to run one in this situation when we should just be sitting? And Adams. Oh, wow. That ball was misleading. I did not think he was going to catch it like that. I thought he was going to have to sit and catch it. That was strange. That threw me off. All right, dropping a little bit into coverage. This time, I don't really care too much about how long it takes as long as they're not scoring touchdowns on one play. Over the middle. Good try. Didn't bring the tackle down, but 8-yard gain for some more clock wasted. Puna Ford. 2nd and 2. Motion. And there goes Brooks. Missing the tackle. Marshall doesn't. A little bit of help from Barnes. That is, once again, I get you want that first down, but that's a little bit of an iffy play. I don't really think you need to be running the ball on any down that isn't 3rd or 4th down if you're them. I just don't think you do. Especially since they didn't get it either. 3rd and inches. That time, I think you run the ball. Oh, what a play by Russell, who's just cooking up with those throws on the run. I mean, our defense has been pretty good, only allowing 9 points in this one. A couple of broken plays as well. They are really just playing for that score. They don't care how long it takes. They've seen, oh, wow, there goes a nice run. They've seen how hard it is to score, and they're just like, as long as we score, we'll have a chance. We don't care about, getting a chance with playing defense. We're going to go for that onside kick. We just guarantee a score, and we'll be happy with ourselves. But I don't know. I don't see it that way. You got to get down there a little bit quicker than this. Oh, it's a good play, and wow, really good job by Waddle, who not only catches it, but slips off of 2 tackles pretty much, gaining the first down. It's a really good last-second route decision. I don't know if that was Russell that told him to stop, but I felt like we were all over that. Brooks is now out, and Barton is in. Over the middle, really good coverage. Russell Wilson's going to take off. Probably could have waited and threw to someone else. We miss. Adams on the nice hit. Injury time. Oh, yeah, I'm sure he's injured. I'm sure that's real. Doesn't cost him a timeout or anything. Wow, that is pretty bullcrap. Let's go with Nwosu. I don't know if Brooks is going to get over to that tight end in time. He does. Over the middle. Brooks can't get there. And Akers almost in. I thought he willed himself in there. Wow, he was fighting. Akers really wants this damn ring, dude. Look at him. Look at him. Alexander versus Akers. He's fighting all the way. And just as the ball is about to cross, stopped by Woolen. We're going to go with the blitz, even though it's probably going to be a throw. And outside. 2 players dropped. That was strange. All right, it's not the worst time in the world for them to run if they were going to. And that doesn't look to be the case. Are we actually going to get out there in time? Apparently not. And yeah, that's just a blown play. Nobody wanted to get on the outside, and we ended up having to pull off the deep blue. And he just found him in the back of the end zone. And I already wasted a timeout because I didn't like the play we had, so I couldn't call one last second. Over the middle, and wow, there goes a burnage. So 2 minutes left. All 3 timeouts for Miami, and they're only down 3. That was a hell of a drive. Caldwell, I mean, you don't like to return in this situation, but oh, that was a little bit of a block in the back on top of it. We got a better block, though. He was kind of the only guy that was near us for another 5 or 10. Wasted a little bit of clock, though, and didn't fumble. That's all you could ask for. All right, offensive line and Walker. That is a great start. Nice move, holding the right bumper, trying to protect that ball, and at best now they're looking at about 50 seconds. Great first run. Great first run. Of course, they are stacking hard now. And the fullback is out there. Don't go out of bounds. It's a really good job by Kenneth. Get as many yards as possible and stops right as he's about to run out of room. Beautiful play. 4-yard gainer. First down wins you a Super Bowl. And the edge prevails. I mean, at this point, you gotta get excited. You gotta go for this slot drag. I really like the players on our team. I like them to win this. Patterson's not open. Fant's not open. Metcalf has won us the Super Bowl. Had to wait because you never know if he's gonna drop it. You never know if it's gonna be a fumble. And Metcalf, who really didn't have the biggest part in the game statistically, comes away with the biggest play of the game. Not even that open, but you just throw that into him and you just let him work. Of course, he did have that catch. He didn't catch it, but he kind of got the ball into safety, earlier when we had that kind of deflected play, and that was a huge play. That would have been easily picked if not for him. So once again, it's not always about the biggest name making the biggest plays physically, but, the small kind of stuff adding up, and we win the Super Bowl 20-17. Once again, I've already said it before. Wow, that is a little bit of a cheap shot trying to get in there. There was no plan of me winning a Super Bowl. It just kind of happened. We got our sliders right, and it was a close game against probably the best team that wasn't us in the league, and we win it all. Rookie Greer has something amazing now to work on for the future, as he is a rookie quarterback winning a Super Bowl. The sky is quite literally the limit. I mean, I don't see why a dynasty isn't possible. I don't see why it wouldn't be, as Greer and company have been amazing. And once again, with the slider change, because this actually, it seemed to physically work this time, right? That, once again, they're a very good team. Maybe that's why it just felt really tough, because they are super good. But it definitely felt a lot tougher than normal, and we even dropped more picks than usual. So I think the sliders were actually right in this game, which is, perfect. Perfect timing. We still proved that, we deserve to win it all. And there's Greer hoisting the Lombardi. Of course, looking at some of the best plays of the game. Russell Wilson back at the end zone. That was a big drive. They really answered, and just the defense didn't have enough time to work with. I mean, obviously it didn't really matter too much anyways as we were converting, but that tight end had himself a big day. The two tight ends, players just going against the linebackers in general, really did well. More of an amazing catch there. A couple of those types of plays in that game. They're a little too far from Greer each time, but enough, and it was a good game. 17 for 24, 234 yards, a touchdown, no interceptions is about as good as I could have wanted. Greer 4 for 8 with a touchdown rushing. Walker, very tough battle on the ground for both backs. There just wasn't a whole lot of room. Both backs fighting hard, though, in their attempts on the game. Fant, 135 yards. Their tight end, 63 yards with a touchdown. Moore, 2 for 56 with a touchdown, but both plays were massive. Who didn't get involved? Did Patterson not catch a ball? I feel really bad. We couldn't get the Patterson the single ball, which, of course, he was going against Xavier Howard a lot in the game, so I can't really blame it, but kind of sucks. And Nwosu with 3 sacks, Mafe with a sack, bunch of tackles for a loss for us, and then Jamal Adams with that deflection interception. Myers with a missed field goal that, at the end there, could have absolutely lost us the game, but thankfully it didn't. Caldwell, very good kick return, punt return stuff. And that's going to be the Super Bowl. Alexander with an upgrade point. I really don't feel like he gets many upgrade points at all. I mean, he is normal dev, but still, it just seems like he doesn't. 2 to zone, 1 to block shed. But that is going to be it for this season of our Seattle Seahawks franchise. The Dolphins just got to 90 overall after that as well. We got 100 points for our little coaching upgrade staff stuff. Of course, Davenport now down to star development trait. Likely the starter next year. Maybe not. Could be a trade. Obviously, at this point, a lot of retirement kind of questions and regression in stats come to play. As much as Marshall is a really good safety for us as a backup, will he be a good starter? I don't know. Would we miss him too much as the backup because he makes a lot of plays at that role? I don't know. So if we have to move on from Diggs, is safety, another position we maybe draft? Not 100% sure. We'll obviously see in the offseason, which I'm not sure when that'll be. Maybe it'll be Monday. I'm not sure about that. Like I said, I'll keep you posted, or just keep checking out the channel as we usually upload something. Anyways, if you guys enjoy this one, really appreciate you a ton. Maybe leave a like, subscribe if you're new. If you're not new, really appreciate your continued support. Maybe follow me on Twitter, Jeromepkr, second channel PK Plays, where we've been uploading High on Life, and we have a bit more consistent on that, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, that's about it. Another season, 100% confirmed. Don't even worry about it, as normally I kind of, end our franchises on a Super Bowl win, but I kind of want to see how far we can take this team, as it is solid, and, there's still more left to come, right? The Seahawks kind of blew their opportunity with Russell Wilson to have a proper dynasty. I don't want that to happen here with Greer, so if we can win a Super Bowl, another Super Bowl, that would be great, and that's going to be the goal. Anyways, thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys come back for next video, but until next video, see ya!